Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of G&A Podcast. I am Sim's best friend, Dooby-Doo.
And I am the destroyer of proms, Soberoni.
Welcome back to the G&A Podcast, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb. How are you doing, my friend?
I am super fucking tired
Mm-hmm.
from all these guides.
I'm also I'm not tired, but my lord, having 8 anime is just like that extra one just literally fucked my whole show. We were supposed to start way earlier than the time we actually started.
You know, it's also the anime that I'm watching.
I literally just forgot that we had an 8th one. I literally just forgot, and I remembered it at like 8:50. And I was just like, oh well, never mind. I guess my work is never done.
Yeah, it doesn't help that the anime we're watching are all super actually written shows I have to pay attention to, and they're not just like Shadowverse, so I can just tune them out.
It's not. Yeah, we don't get that +1 show where you can just be whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. Well, anyways, since you are tired, let's just get right into it. And with our first segment, our new segment this week in anime. It sounds that me and Oni both got some top quality shenanigans to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna let Oni go first. Mine is just truly funny.
Okay, so Higurashi is getting a new smartphone game this summer because of course it is 2020 and every anime has to have a gacha game now, even if it doesn't make any sense. So Higurashi is getting Higurashi no Naku Koro ni Mei this summer. The game will feature a completely new story, and Ryukishi 07, who is the original author.
Wait, I have a question. Mm-hmm. It's called Higurashi no Naku no Koro ni Mei, but it's coming out in August?
Yes. ...
Or is it May as an MEI?
It's MEI.
Okay, well, I still remember my joke. My pun is still stands.
Yeah. Missed opportunity. Ryukishi 07 is credited with the cooperation on the original work. So yeah, he's working on it. So I mean, that might be the interesting spot. Ryukishi's stories are amazing, so I might just play this for the story.
I mean, yeah, I'm like, is this gonna be a visual novel to play on your phone?
It's like it's no. I think it's actually a gacha game because it says that there's in-game items for purchase. It doesn't specify what that means, but it does say that there's a pre-registration campaign for the game, and all players will receive in-game rewards based on the number of players who register. So basically, that sounds like the setup for a gacha game. And the poster has like 3 fairly generic-looking anime girls in the cover. So I'm just like, oh, okay, this seems like a a Madoka. What's the Madoka mobile game kind of scenario? It just looks like that. Because these kind of look like Higurashi characters, but like not exactly, you know?
Yeah.
like one step below. Like, ooh, this is like Madoka was like, oh, this looks like not Homura and not Madoka. Got it. So
but yeah, I'm just like, how do you do that game? Do you like kill your friends? Like, I don't understand.
I hope so. Like I said, if you're gonna do this, it would make so much more sense to do it with Umineko than with Higurashi. Umineko has a bigger cast, actually has a whole magic system and everything. You know, it would just make more sense with Umineko.
Actually, you're actually correct. That would have been so fun.
But I guess we just forget Umineko exists because.
Yeah, because the world is unkind to good content. All right. My news. According to Anime News Network, Florida congressional candidate warns of internet porn like Dragon Ball Z.
I saw this. This tweet. Floridian slip. He is a twit, but I saw the tweet.
So yeah, his quote says the following. They are now introducing a great deal of anime porn into the internet matrix. Now, Dragon Ball Z is one of the top issues here. Yes, an anime that literally ended like over a decade ago. It's a top issue.
This is how slow boomers are. They're catching on to things I knew about when I was like 12 in middle school.
honey, we were like 5, 6
wow.
watching Dragon Ball Z. They are sexualizing cartoon characters to push a depraved agenda on our kids. What's next? Where will it end? So this is a dude running for Congress. Apparently, that's not all that comes from the wonderful Twitter of KW Miller. He also says fun stuff, like accusations that Twitter is guilty of interfering with the federal election. That conservative politicians in Florida need to seek Miller's endorsement for campaign success. My favorite one, he has better hair than President Trump, as if that's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, all Hollywood actors are pedophiles.
So just crazy, dude. By the way, did you see the tweet thread when he tweeted that? It's nothing but people just sending him anime porn.
Oh my god, it's weird. I was probably taken down. No, it's not. Yeah. Oh no.
Yes, I love the internet.
You know what's Donald Duck? The Super Saiyan Donald Duck. Did you see that one?
Yeah. It's just all hentai and memes. I'm like, this is the exact response that he deserves.
Oh god. Oh no. Okay, yeah, I got it here.
Yeah. There's some extreme stuff in there.
Yeah. Oops, I regretted that
people
one.
were not holding back on, on this congressman.
Oh my god, what an idiot. Oh my god, bless his soul. And of course, this all happens in Florida. That's what drew me in. It was someone from Florida saying dumb shit. I'm like, what else is new?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that was some A+ news. Now that we are done with that, let us hop into our weekly reviews. Starting with... No, I got it. With... Is it still ReZero?
Yes.
Yes, it is. It is ReZero. Season 2, Episode 4.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is my episode of the week. No, it's not mine. It's not mine. It came really close though. I really enjoyed this episode. This is the first episode of the season of ReZero that I'm actually really liking.
Yeah. I really regret that I hated on it so much when I first watched it with like my group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
As I said in our live watch, I was pretty high. Mm-hmm. So that definitely had something to do with it. But now that I'm watching it through very sober eyes, I was like, yeah, this is still this is really good. Like it just shows a different side of Subaru, a side of him where he sees how much like he loves his parents and how he idolizes his parents, because they're clearly not his parents, his actual parents.
Mm.
I think it's definitely a reflection of like his subconscious of how he perceives them.
Mm-hmm.
And some, like, I don't know who's making it happen, but I'm assuming that's how it is. Because
I'm assuming it's the witch that shows up at the end is like her.
She's responsible for it, but like, you know, that's how
I don't think she would know how his parents look.
Exactly. Exactly. So he clearly loved and held his parents in such high regards.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the one thing that lost me was definitely like the whole like his journey to him becoming a delinquent. I feel like when I first saw it, I think that's what made me not like the episode.
Why you thought it was like flimsy reasoning, just like
it seems so like what
I mean, I get it to a degree. It's like he stood out because he was the smartest and fastest and coolest, but then when he stopped being those things, he's like, I have to stand out another way. I'm just going to be the most stupid and destructive person. So I get it, but yeah,
I get it, but like they went a little too hard when they're like when he started getting that like Subaru mind break face, and everyone says, "Oh, he's just like his dad."
Yeah. It had a definite Evangelion like Shinji feel to it. Where
and it didn't need it.
Exactly, it kind of went a bit hard on that. regard.
Yeah. But like literally, if you just cut that part out, this would have been a perfect episode.
Yeah, I really like.
That's the only reason. Sorry,
No,
I just want to say quickly. That's the only reason why this was my episode of the week because of that.
The only reason this wasn't my episode of the week is because there's one show that elicited more emotion from me. But this episode was great. I loved his parents. His parents are the best thing in this episode. His mom is fucking super adorable and fun. His dad is awesome and fun. I want them to be the main characters. But also, I actually went... It made me feel something for Subaru. So I went from, like, hating or not caring about Subaru to just kind of being like, I'm a bit... he was a bit cool this episode. He was kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
I always... That's so weird, because I always did, like... like is a strong word. I was always fine with Subaru, because... I said this last night during stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Subaru just has very high points and low points for me.
Yeah. Like, he's definitely a well-written character, because he makes me feel like... He's not Sieg, you know, or Sieg just makes me feel nothing.
Yeah. He makes me like him, he makes me dislike him.
Exactly. He makes... there's moments where I'm just like, yeah, Subaru! And then there's moments where, like, I fucking want to punch him in the face. Yeah. So, in that regard, it's realistic, and, you know, I think the show... At least, if nothing else, the show does a good job of, really bringing out his character like that.
Yeah, I just... And then the whole concept, which I feel like never really happens in the isekai, the whole, like, you know, mourning the fact that you left the ones behind that you love most. I feel like that's something we don't ever see in an isekai, like, ever.
We saw it in your favorite isekai from last season. Otome game.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't count that one. No, I knew that. I knew that one. I knew they did it in that one, but like,
it definitely wasn't as impactful emotionally.
Yeah, exactly. It was whatever. I mean that. Okay, we can add that one to the list too. I'm sure there's others that I may or may not know, because it's not like I watched all the isekai. I know there's like 10 million.
Drew, we know you're an actual isekai fanboy. You can stop hiding it. We know you watch all the Sword Art Online.
Yeah, that's not... Ooh, nope, I'm gonna say that for the training arc. Anyways, but yeah, in this episode, it's a very impactful way that he has to deal with the fact that he's like, no, like, my mom and my dad are gone, and I can't be the son that they wanted me to be because it's too late because I'm here. Yeah,
that whole side to Subaru really makes me see him in a new light. Like, I really do. I think this whole episode has really changed my opinion on Subaru going forward. Because even when he does fuck up, which I know he will in a couple of episodes, I'm gonna have to go back and be like, but he had such a rough, like, that whole character building moment in episode 4. So I think this episode really solidified him in my mind.
Yeah, and really, like, softens him up as a character. Like, like, it showed another side of him that wasn't just pure, like, I'm being mind broken and traumatized. No, this was actually like, oh, like, it's like, I'm not only showing, like, love for my parents, I'm also showing grief for them because I won't be able to see them anymore. Like, it was just his way of saying goodbye and dealing with his new reality in that sense.
And it only took one episode. It didn't stretch it out to like 3 episodes or an arc. It was really well done, really well paced. Plus, we got the at the end, which is what I was waiting for this whole season. So
wait, what are you talking about?
That sound effect at the end.
That was Orion.
Oh, damn it! He got me.
He got you.
Shit! He did it so perfectly timed. He did it right when the witch showed up.
He really did. But no, that was 100% him.
Fuck! Damn it! I retract my statement. Fuck this episode.
Now I'm waiting for a part where someone's like, no, actually that wasn't. And I'm just like, oh my god, we'll never know.
Schrodinger's woo.
Yeah, this is a great episode. Very good. Now let's move on to Oregairu Season 3 episode Quattro.
I don't know how to feel about this episode. Like, I liked it.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can someone say what a PTO is? I feel like I don't know what that is.
Parent-teacher organization.
Oh,
Or
okay.
pay
Gotcha.
time off, but I don't. One of those.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't know what this is. Okay. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
So I my main gripe with this episode, because there's something that I really liked about this episode. Because
Uh-huh.
for once, it takes away that weird ambiguity that season 2 had.
Yeah,
Like
this was very
that
precise.
yes, like we know we know what's happening. So therefore it's like, okay, I understand, and now I can feel appropriately.
I think we have the same issue then with this episode, maybe.
Um but my problem is just, that being said, speaking of season 2, it once again, or that same scenario where Yukinon is like, hey, time for me to do all my stuff by
Yeah, didn't we
myself.
do this again? Didn't we do this
Again.
already?
Yes, again, we're here, we're back at this point
Exactly.
again. But I will say, it's like, I did like the fact that Hachiman, I did like that Hachiman was like, okay, but I'm not going to, leave you alone. I'm not going to do that.
I like that he didn't do the whole like, oh, should I not think for like 4 episodes before he comes and helps? Like, now I think he's really gonna go and help her and solve this whole issue.
Exactly. But I hate it because in that moment it was like, I feel so bad for Yui, because Yui's just like, when she's like, yay, once again, she was picked over me, feels great. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, I really feel for Yui. I really do. And you know what? The more they push this angle, though, the more I think that he's gonna end up with Yui as the romantic interest.
I pray.
Because Yui's gonna have her arc where she has to do her whole thing, like, I've been holding my feelings back this whole time, and yada yada yada. So please, yeah, I feel really bad for Yui, and they work so well together. Like that whole beginning scene.
Exactly. That's what they knew they were gonna fuck me up at the end. They knew what they were doing.
That was
the beginning was so cute. Hachiman is being uncharacteristically cute. With vending machines of awesome. He's so weird. He's so weird.
That is literally the happiest he's been in the entire series.
Literally. He's like, oh my god, vending machines, let me take a selfie. And I'm like, what? And then she's like, oh my god, let me take one. Like, instead of being like, oh, you're fucking weird, like most people, including myself, would have been. Like, no, she's like, oh my god. Yeah, exactly. She's perfect. She's like, let me take a picture with you. Because I'm beyond likable and approachable.
Yeah, no. My issue with this episode, though, everything around it was good. I loved even Yukino's, situation. Like you said, it was very poignant, and we know what the exact issue is. It's not vague. We got to see her mom, and her mom came in and everything, and did her whole, like, oh, fuck the prom. First off, the prom is too controversial for a high school.
Oh, they were acting a way I didn't like.
What is it, the 20s?
They're dancing and having fun.
This is not acceptable. We cannot have children dancing, and this is just like what's that musical or that the movie Footloose?
Yeah, exactly. I
would have just told the mom, like mom's like, oh, we can't avoid the minority people, and I'm like, listen, all right, we'll do a petition. You get how many people to sign the paper? If you can find a decent sized minority of people who oppose this, then we'll defer to them. But if there's like you and 2 other people, then fuck off. 2 other prudes who don't like kids dancing with each other. But no, that was my main issue. I got sidetracked. My main issue is, again, this show is king of making Mount Everest's out of molehills, because that whole little thing with the codependency, like, no, Yukino has to do this herself. All right, I was like, at first I was like, all right, she doesn't really have. It's a prom. First off, it's a prom. It has to be done by committee. You can't just have one person do fucking everything. And then
I think she meant like
don't depend
those 2.
Yeah, but that I don't get why. Like I get why. Like, oh, she has to be independent and do things on her own. But I think they took it too far. They're like, oh no, she's gonna become codependent on you guys, and then completely lose her sense of self and become a like a worthless human being. Like, maybe.
It's weird. I understand what they're saying. I understand she had to. I understand it. I just the way they
like
said I don't agree with it.
they hyped it up too
I
much.
agree. It's like I agree with her. At the
Mhm.
same time, I don't like the way she said, but I agree. Like she, in order for her to claim her independence, especially from her mother, she can't rely on her friends. She actually I can't. Like, for example, if me and my mom get into it, I cannot call upon you to defend.
Yeah, I get
like,
that part. Like,
obviously.
I agree with the part where it's like, okay, you have to do it yourself to impress your mom. That I'm fine with. The way they lose me is the codependent aspect.
Yeah, the whole I mean, it is a code. It is
to a very
a
minute degree.
I mean, it can develop into a codependency.
I don't think they've done enough to show where Yukino is completely codependent on.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that's a bit of a stretch. I would agree that's a stretch.
Because from what I've seen, she's competent and can do a lot by herself. She just doesn't have that ability to match her mom yet, which is what she has to work on. So I don't think. I just they harped on the codependency thing of it too. Like,
I agree. They went
hyped it up too much. Yeah,
they went a bit above and beyond.
But then again, that's what Yukino's sister is queen of.
Yeah, she's like, I'm crazy and drilling these unnecessary thoughts into your teenage brains because I clearly need therapy.
Yeah, imagine if we had in our high school there was just some alum that was 25 or 26, however old this sister is, just coming around shitting on us all the time. Bruh, how fucked would that be?
Bruh, he literally would have stepped up to I probably shouldn't name names.
Oh man,
I'll rhyme. So to the guy named Addison and just be like, yo, take them all out. Like, take them all out.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this at the very least, I'm glad that they're not falling into they're keeping the drama without falling into the same pitfalls of season 2, where it was just too much.
Agreed. All right. Oh, excuse me. Let's move on to Fire Force season 2, episode 5.
Okay.
So I'm an official Sharon stan.
Okay, makes sense.
I liked him when I first saw him walking with the explosion behind him was already I was already oh, I like him, he's dope. But then this episode happened, and I'm just oh, this dude is too cold. He's too cold.
He's literally just unbeatable. He's amazing.
He's gonna get. I feel like he's gonna get beaten next episode. But even then, I still stand.
Yeah, I really hope they don't use him as a as a jobber where he's super powerful now, but then he'll show up next arc and get beaten by Arthur in one hit or something, or Tamaki falls on him nude and he just falls over and dies. Because he is such a badass, awesome character. And one of the problems I had with the first season was that there wasn't really any. There were certain times where it felt like Shinra would just get the super power boost and beat whoever he was fighting. It was kind of Dragon Ball Z-esque in that way. Mm. And this time, even though he's getting these boosts of power and stuff, he's still getting fucking
Bruh, homeboy literally just got up and then just clotheslined him with a swiftness. I was oh! Oh my god. I'm left with no choice but to stand. I love it.
And I love how Inka's just looking like...
And Inka's just there. I'm pretty sure. It's 20. I'm pretty sure she's at least 30% horny.
Yeah, she is. She's like, whoa, this is great. I mean, she wasn't yet. She was like, yes, danger.
Exactly. I'm Inka's crazy, and wherever she's going, I don't know where she's going, but she's not going with the good guys.
Yeah, no, she's like an evil, crazier darkness. But
yeah, I still say that she's probably gonna end up being an anti-hero.
Mm-hmm.
I love how Obi was confirmed a boomer this episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was so great. I feel like I need to see some memes. I haven't seen any
boomer Obi. I like how
Yeah.
I like when and this is what I loved about Soul Eater too, where they had like this really cool sense of style and like Americanism. The whole punk rock, like
Yeah.
the rock side is really cool. They did that a lot in the Soul Eater.
Yeah.
It's like pop
I
culture references.
Mm. Yeah, when everybody was like, "Oh, this means so rock on," I'm like, "Oh God, it's so old."
Rock on, bruh.
But yeah, and yeah, and when Shinra executed his new attack and like did the rock on, and you saw like the whole like it was just incredibly stylish. I mean, it usually is, but like this episode in particular,
Yeah,
stood
they really
out.
put their money in on their budget on this arc. This arc has been very, very pretty and nice to watch. Even the outside of that fight when they did the whole the side fight plot that's going on with all the other firefighters when Maki had the tornado of fire and everything.
Yeah. Oh, when they all decided to just magically firebend together.
Yeah, when they all became firebenders.
Yup. Which crazy enough, I like that it showed that it showed the strength of second generation fire people. I forget the name of that.
Benders.
I was trying not to call them firebenders. I forgot what the name is for it, but
fuck, I forgot the name of it now.
yeah, I'm looking. I'm trying to like look at it. No, it's really not. I don't want to say. I was gonna say firefighters. I'm like, not exactly right either. But yeah, the second gen fire people. What's called them fire people.
Fire people.
The fire people. It shows that like they're, just as strong, if not, some cases just even stronger. And not just for like the good guys, also the bad guys. Because Sharon is, if you call him Sharon, Karen is second
generation, yeah, and he's pretty damn strong. So
that ability's so busted. I can take kinetic heat and just turn it into fire. Like,
remember they had a bunch. That's everyone. they kind of just ignore the rules of physics to make characters have fire related abilities.
Yeah, 100%. Like the point where he just started getting his ass beat by everyone, like, and then he was like, "All right, I'm done getting beaten up," and then he just does a Kamehameha wave. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like I'm like, seriously, but at the same time I'm like, oh, but this is dope.
I think that's this entire show. I'm just like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But also, yes.
Exactly. Share the same sentiments.
All right. With that said, I think we can move on to God of High School, episode 4. This was a doozy. I thought I had skipped an episode or two when I was watching this episode.
I understand how you feel. The episode was kind of all over the place.
Yeah. I was like, man, these characters need some development, and then the studio was like, yeah, let's do all the development. One episode for everywhere. All the development.
All the characters. You all know how everyone is now. Go, 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 go.
The whole Mira being a bride thing was so completely random.
And it also felt bad. I'm not gonna lie, it felt so unnecessarily dragged out.
It
did not need to go on for that long. It was the majority of that episode, and it didn't have to be.
It didn't feel like I was watching God of High School. Partially because
it felt like I was watching a filler.
Yeah, this was like a filler arc, kind of like it did feel like a filler arc. Actually, there was like very little actual fighting this episode, and then the premise was kind of just like the one dude is. I like the one dude only because he's so campy and stupid.
Yeah. Wait, did he have a stand or just
he did.
Stand?
That was my other thing. Dude had this giant stand he summoned, and then Mira just like hits him once, and he's like, "Oh, I've been beaten." So
yeah. Okay. No. Once again, this was another episode I watched very high. That's why I asked if he had a stand, because I remember the stand.
He literally has the same stand as Sasuke. He had Susanoo. He came out here with Susanoo and got beat by one hit to the face by Mira.
Yeah, I was kind of I watched like up to like the wedding part, and I was just like, okay, everyone's backstory, everyone's
Oh wait,
development, everyone's
yeah.
everything.
The
And
part where he leaves at the end, where he's, "I have your sword," and just drives away, was fucking great.
yeah, she's like, that's okay, because honestly, I'm stronger than my sword, and I'm like, you're not wrong.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know why you. What's the point of the sword? There's also, I don't know if it was an after credit scene or if it was just like the rushed ending of this episode, but that whole subplot with the what's his name, Danwei or Hyundai, yeah, having his friend with cancer, yeah, and then he just comes and beats the shit out of Mira.
He's a shot at everyone. He's just like, oh, my friend died with cancer, beef, and then why would you make that half an episode? No idea. That's kind of
Yeah,
important.
the
Like,
priorities were like, oh, let's focus 90% of the episode on this random marriage subplot.
the marriage plot could have been done in like 7 minutes time.
Yeah. But let's dedicate this to 30 seconds to his friend dying and him becoming a crazy, insane, rampaging monster that beats everybody.
Literally just almost kills Mira for some reason.
Yeah, like he's like, I like within literally a minute of the show, he went from like being Mira's best bud and laughing and smiling with her while she had her wedding dress on to like fucking like punching her spleen and shit. Like Jesus, if that isn't pacing issues, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I don't quite get. Okay, so before I was more than happy to look over whatever issues in terms of pacing because it was just like fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was like, this is too much.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that much fighting. It was just like a couple of scenes of fighting that had like 1 or 2 hits, and that was it. So yeah, I don't give it a pass. This really did feel like a super rushed, fillery episode that had like 2 seconds of actual plot that should have been the entire episode.
Yeah, well, let's hope next episode is just
good.
Yeah, that one. All right, agreed. Let's move on from that train wreck to something that's a complete opposite of train wreck. Kanojo Okarishimasu episode 4. My episode of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could it not be?
Yeah. Yeah. It was just wow.
Kibe is best boy.
Yeah. I take everything back.
Yeah, everything. If I said anything bad about him, I take it back. He was like the best friend and best bro ever this episode. He even told off mommy.
Yes, he said, "Stop! I know what you're doing. You're not really good at.
You're not as cute as you think you are."
And then she was like, "I wasn't doing it on purpose." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, mommy."
Oh yeah, I like how she got like a little sour little kid face, like doing it on purpose. Yeah, yeah, sure you were.
No skank. Anyway, but yeah, like, oh god, Kazuya, he just the way he just. I'm gonna start. First of all, I'm giving him a new name.
What is it?
I'm gonna call him Kuzuya.
For trash.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why no one's made that. I don't know why no one's like gave him that name yet.
Warranted.
Yes. Kuzuya is like he just falls so easily back into the mommy trap. Like it's not even. And I love how it's so obvious that even Kibe has to say something because he's like, "Nah, this is too much."
Yeah, I will say at least he gets some credit this episode because he wasn't as. He did a couple of mature things. Like he stood up and finally was like, "I'm breaking up with my girlfriend." So
see, no, that I don't.
You don't give him credit for that.
No, you. That's so like.
Yes, I mean, yeah, he did it because of mommy, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. We know why that was happening. He was doing it because of mommy. Because if he had a shred of human decency, he would have like I don't know told Chizuru that hey, I would announce that we're gonna break up, not just completely blindside her and just be like I'm breaking up and in parentheses because mommy kissed me. Like it was just so like it was so selfish. It was so selfish and inconsiderate. Like the way he did it, also embarrassing to her in general.
Well, she was already
like,
she was being questioned up, like interrogated and shit. So
yeah, like, but he did not do that. Like he wasn't doing that because I need to get her out of it. It was like. It was like, oh, this is very convenient for me, and also I can get back with mommy. Hooray! Like it was ultimately selfish, and I just, ew, it was so gross. Because if you had any, there's the right way to do things. The way it just didn't show much consideration or tact. Like he could have waited literally till at any point where she wasn't there. Right in front of her face, or like I said, could have told her. That really, like, to me, I was just like, oh yeah, no, you're Kuzia now. I can't with you.
fine, but he did jump in to save her at the end. Does he get points for that?
No, because it's like that's like the human. That's the thing I would.
Oh, it's everything good he does. You're gonna be like, oh, that's just decent. That's human decency.
Like no, that's the no. Like
he is literally diving to save her life, putting himself in danger.
First of all, that's what I expect from anime. Like in terms of MC characters, for him,
you can't not give him points for risking his life.
Literally, the expectations are literally set in hell. So
I'm just saying. Listen, I'm all for shitting on him.
I'm honestly surprised he didn't just keep talking. Been like, oh, that's cool. I was a girl fell over, but you know what? What'd you say again?
I will give him credit for dropping the phone on mommy and jumping to save it.
He broke the phone for no reason. We'll go out, King. Nah.
I give people credit for saving other people's lives. You know.
I mean, he's still.
I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. Barring he jumps in the water and then starts drowning himself, and then Chizuru has to save him or some shit. I could kind of see that happening too.
Yeah, well, she's sick, but.
Well, maybe she gets over her sickness just to save him.
She probably would. Oh, and the way she like coddled his ego, that almost made me sick. That I'm not gonna lie, that made me bristle.
What? Like, you mean Chizuru?
Yes. Like I'm not
because you're just being a hateful person. You're just hating on Kazuya. You can't tease.
That makes me. I'm like, wow, she's amazing. Because if that was me, I would have slapped him in his fucking face. Like I've been like, how dare you make me look that? Like you made me look that stupid. Put me on the spot like that. That's just so much. That's too much to ask of a person. Like I was like, my mind's still blown on that. That was so.
Well, like she said, it's her job.
Yes, and she is a professional. But even professionals deserve better. Like, would you if you? That's like me saying I hired a professional hooker for some vanilla shit. If I, out of nowhere, start choking her and spitting on her face, would you be like, "Oh, she's a professional"? Like,
I mean, I feel like if you're an experienced hooker, that probably has happened to you at some point.
But my point is, that wasn't what she agreed. That's not what she was being paid for. She wasn't being paid for any of this.
I'm not here defending Kazuya. I'm just saying Chizuru is perfect, and Kazuya at least did some stuff.
That's the least he can do. The least he can do is save her fucking life. The very least.
Fine, I agree. The least he could do is save her life.
That's why he doesn't get any points, because the bar is set in hell. That's the least you can do. That is the very ultimate least. After all you put her through from episodes 1 to now, that's the least you can do. So, yeah.
I'm just saying, if your bar if that's the difficulty of your bar to climb, then he's never gonna like this is gonna be like the top moment.
When I say the bar is set in hell, it's as in.
Like, okay, but he literally saved her life, and he's trying to, and you're like, that doesn't count. I'm saying he's never gonna have a moment in this show that he does anything more heroic or manly or.
I'm just saying that one thing. Like I don't. That one thing does. It does not put him neutral. It does not make him neutral.
Okay, well, he's never gonna climb. Like he's never gonna like this is, I think, gonna be his peak. This is just his peak moment in life.
Well, I guess he's gonna be Kuzuya for.
So I just want you to be aware he's not gonna.
The best thing he's gonna do the entire anime. Then yeah, probably am going to get used to chat. I said chat. Get used to me calling him Kuzuya for the rest of the season.
Well, I will give him props just one time because I know he's never probably ever gonna get props again because he's probably gonna slip right back into simping for mommy and being like, oh, mommy's and she's gonna use him again.
While homegirl is like has a fever after being in the ocean. Well, fall asleep. Time to go have sex with mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
So.
But that's why it's my episode of the week because it's so much. It's the good kind of trash.
Yeah, this is the best kind of trash.
Kind of trash, and I'm here for it. And I'm so happy it was. I saved it for last.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. All right, now let's move on to Uzaki-chan episode 4.
Right, Uzaki.
This is a cute episode.
This is the new show that just makes me feel bad about being single. Like they have such cute, lovey-dovey couple energy to them.
I mean, I don't feel bad for it because I know stuff like this. It doesn't.
It doesn't last. Oh, here comes Jaded Drew. Jaded.
It does, but it does when it doesn't exist.
Love doesn't exist. It's an illusion.
Like stuff like this does happen because I've been in a relationship. Like I date gamers, like in general. So like this does happen. So yeah, no, it's you shouldn't feel bad about it. I just feel like. I feel like guys are gonna be like, "Damn, where's my perfect lolly waifu?"
Exactly.
Games with all the time. And I'm like, that does not.
Yeah, no, this is never gonna happen. This is wish fulfillment fantasy to the maximum degree. But yes.
Yeah, I'm coming over and cooking you lunch, and then we play games all day.
yeah. Why can't I?
Damn, I'm not gonna lie. That kind of happened with my ex. I lied. This kind of can exist. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of great. But I kind of feel bad for Uzaki-chan because at this episode it pretty much cemented that she clearly is into him.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's no way a girl comes over to cook for you and play games and is like, oh my god. Can I come over like tomorrow?
I love that the way it ended too was adorable. Where her like forgetting her. Oh, I forgot my train pass. Can I go back to your house?
At first, I'm like, this really looks like a setup for a hentai. But all right,
it does.
It really does. But I don't want to thought that. Oh my god! But no, it was just. It was really cute. Them being in the glasses, fighting in the glasses store. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that is goal. Like they it's like it's so weird that their friendship is like relationship goals.
And I think that's the whole point. Like this anime is just a series of excellent dates for these two characters. It was just cute. It was just adorable. So then playing the Pokemon Go was also cute.
It was. Sorry, I was just thinking about something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is very cute. Although, God, she brought groceries and brought him a pot. I was like, that's
cooked for him and everything.
That was too much. I did like they had their little mini ecchi thing, their ecchi situation.
Oh, the her taking a shower.
Oh well, that and
and the train. Yeah. Forgot about the train.
I love how when he was telling the old man about it, and the old man's like, "Wait, you just turned off your conscience? Oh, it's like some kind of ninja. That's weird." That was really funny because I was also like, same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's like one of those.
I was gonna say no. This is just like the show I watch to like feel good about myself and unwind and just enjoy how peaceful and cute and adorable they are.
Yeah, this is definitely like a slice of life that I can get into.
Mm-hmm. Gotta watch it after, Kanajo to undo the bad mommy vibes that you get.
Yeah, actually, in a lot of ways, it's reflected my old relationship because they even would play quote unquote Doraemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I also did that with my ex.
It just means that this is a realistic romance. There's
Yeah,
hope yet.
This was the glory days before everything went to shit. But,
but it's an anime, so it'll always be good.
I'm sure it will. Let's move on before I get in my feelings. Fruits Basket, season 2, episode 17. God damn it! Now I'm gonna just be there like just lying in bed listening to like some In My Feelings music, some Frank Ocean. God damn it!
Thinking of Uzaki.
It was too realistic. It was too hopeful. But yeah, anyways, Fruit Basket season 2, episode 17. This is them finally going on their field trip. First of all, that haiku about Columbus, 0 out of 10 because it was about Columbus.
I knew you were going to say something about that. I'm like, oh, no. When they brought up Columbus, I guess you hate Toru now.
That's probably like my least favorite moment of Toru in all of Fruit Basket history. She's great. The whole first part with like Yuki, with everyone like speculating on like people, what's what I'm looking for, getting together on field trips. Right. That was very. This showed Yuki and Kyo's like their, point of views in that sense. Like in terms of like Yuki, no one's in with Yuki because the Yuki cult was like on patrol. And Kyo's case was a lot more messier than that. Oh my god, Kyo being a savage. Literally, literally, girl's confessing, and he's like, "Yeah, I understand." Because girl was like trying to touch him, and he was like, bitch,
no, don't touch me. Back up, don't touch.
That's fair.
Look, don't touch.
But then he kind of just went in on her. Like he's like, "You're annoying. Back the fuck up."
Yeah.
And then the good part would be like, "Oh, I have to be a nice people I'm not into." And I'm like, I feel like some people who, I don't know, maybe who haven't gotten that much attention from people felt triggered when they heard that line.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sorry. And I don't agree with that. You should generally be nice to everyone, even the ones you're not.
Really? Well, seems like a good lesson to learn from the podcast. Generally be nice to everyone, guys.
Even those that you're not into.
Yeah, especially cute girls.
Yes. And then, oh my god, when the girl was like, "Oh, you guys are interfering because you want him, huh?" And she was like, "Bitch, excuse me." Who was about to lay the smackdown? I was like, "Yes, come on." I don't know. This part was unexpectedly messy, but very funny.
Yeah, I was expecting more of a. This kind of caught me off guard because I was expecting more of like a drama episode, and this was more like just a fun. At least in the first half, was more like a fun slice of lifey drama than a drama thing. It was cute. Yes. Though. It was cute.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little turned off by Kyo being so like, Kyo's being so mean.
I mean, he's always been like that.
Like that, like to being mean to a girl for no reason. I was like, ugh. But then, literally the next scene doesn't matter because Kyo. He has this conversation with Toru. I don't even remember what it was. I don't give a fuck. That moment where Toru grabs onto him, and he turns around and just grabs the hand. And he's like, "What's up?" I melted. I literally was just a puddle. I was just a puddle. Never mind, Kyo. You're perfect. I'm so sorry.
Sorry we ever doubted you, Kyo.
Like, you're so just and then him playing with cats.
Oh, the cat scene was great. The kid, so how dare you play with my feelings?
Yeah, even the cat was sprung. Even the cat was like, no, I just.
I'm glad they actually brought that back. They don't use that enough. Like the fact that they can interact with their zodiac animals, and they hardly ever bring. They never really play to that power that they have.
True.
So I'm glad to see it actually be used for comedy.
Are you saying a stampede of horses will run over Ren? I hope so.
Oh, that'd be tragic, Drew. How dare you? You know what would be cool though if we found out something like Shigure was using dogs to spy on people or something. Like he would totally do that shit.
Oh God.
Like he would just use I feel like he would definitely do that shit. That could be a potential plot twist.
God, yeah. I'd be grossed out by it though.
Yeah. But yeah, but I don't have much to say about this episode. They had a bit of Yuki stuff towards the end.
Excuse me. Yeah, that was really cute.
I still like the not Toru girl.
Huh?
I still love not Toru.
Oh yeah,
at the end.
Yeah, the new Toru, she is spicy. Holy hell!
I told you, she's like the anti. She's Toru Alter.
She really is. When you said Toru Alter, I just thought you meant like a slightly different version of Toru, not like Toru opposite.
Yeah, she's
yeah,
spicy.
she really is a Toru face.
Toru face. We need a whole genre of Toru faces.
Please and thank you. Especially they're gonna be like her. Oh my god. That part with the student council, that was actually it makes you kind of actually want to watch the student council episode.
Maybe I should go back to it. Maybe I didn't give it enough love and appreciation.
Yeah, because their interactions are always gonna be this fucking dumb. I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah.
All right. We're done with that. Then let's move on to our final anime of the night. Aru Railgun S3 episode 17.
Yerp. This was a whole Kuroko episode, and I'm here for that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I feel like I used to find Kuroko annoying, but I feel like she's growing on me.
Yeah, because she actually does get a decent amount of character development throughout the series, and especially in this episode, they showed her. It's funny because when they have to remove Misaka from the equation in order to show that Kuroko can actually have a character besides just simping for Misaka.
100% agreed. I'm not saying totally remove them, but like, man, this episode is really good. Misako is gone.
Yeah, they had to give Kuroko the chance to actually do something, so it was a smart idea to just separate them. And the little kid I was expecting him to not be as cool and interesting as he was, so I'm glad he ended up being pretty interesting character with his power.
I can't feel bad about his power, TBH.
I mean, yeah, I feel bad for his power, but I feel bad for him in general. When he tried to save the girl and she just got fucked up and like kicked him out of the room. I'm like, yeah, I felt pretty bad for him.
And she's like, you probably caused it. And I'm like, what?
This is your doing.
That don't make no sense.
So, yeah, no, it was great. Seeing Kuroko actually save people and use her teleport powers and be cute at the end and like do her little blushy thing. And everyone getting a happy ending. I was expecting this to actually, like, this subplot, this plot line to continue throughout the whole arc, but it looks like it kind of just ends here, and now next week we're going to go back to
and it ties back into the Indian poker.
God, I'm not going to call it that. Indian poker. The dream game.
I know, I was so confused.
What part of this is poker or Indian?
I learned how to make this potential like bomb wildfire concoction from the Indian poker. I was like, do you not realize how dumb that sounds?
Yeah, Index kind of does things with stupid, nonsensical names. You could just don't even call it like Chinese Cracker Jacks. There you go. Just as logical.
The girls learn terrorism through Indian poker. That's not a lie. So
yeah, they could do the thing. Indian poker is an acronym for another group. But nonetheless, I think that's all we have to say about that. So, Drew.
Okay, so for the filler arc, I might have two questions because I just thought of another one on the fly, but I'll say hold the other one depending on how long it takes for us to talk through this one. Let me find it. So here I am, minding my own black ass business, and all of a sudden, excuse me. I see someone saying something interesting about Demon Slayer. They say the following: Demon Slayer getting a movie, you know, with a Pepe face. Don't deserve one, but okay. With a Pepe face.
Were you talking about the live action movie or the animated movie?
The animated one, the one on the train. Someone's like, yeah, of course they're getting a movie. And then the other person's like, oh, well, I don't follow bad anime. And the person's like, how is it bad? And they say the following, their justification is the following: carried by animation, boring story, and characters, borderline obnoxious characters even. So we're gonna save that. And then of course the person disagrees because, you know, this person, like everyone else, thinks that Demon Slayer is a good anime. And then someone said, I dropped it. They said person who with the bad opinion said I dropped it by episode 3. And then another person was like, oh, I dropped it originally, but then I gave it another chance, and it's a slow starter series. And I just don't understand. Like, I don't get it. And that's why I'm opening the floor. Because I'm like, Oni, do you understand what they're saying? Because maybe I'm not getting something, because I don't know what's slow about first episode, watching your whole family get slain, you're fighting off your demon sister, and then a demon slayer comes in, tries to kill her, and you try to stop him from doing so. I don't understand how that's slow for a first episode.
I mean, I kind of get where they're going from, in the sense that it's not slow. I wouldn't call it slow.
I wouldn't call it slow either.
But I would say it ramps up as it goes on. Like the first few episodes aren't the highlights of the Demon Slayer. Like once I got to like episode,
the rest of the season, of course not.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like but I'm only doing it comparatively. Like I was into it in the first few episodes.
I enjoyed it. Like he's fighting demons in the second episode, and then he's fighting ghost children in the third episode. I was like, I don't understand what more did you want?
You should look and see if the person who dropped it,
God Goku by episode 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should see the person who dropped it. It's like, my favorite anime is Dragon Ball Super and Naruto, or something.
One of the people I'm surprised had that opinion. The other person I don't know as well, but yeah, it was. I was just like, that is insane. Now, because I'm like, I thought it was well paced, so okay, so I guess that's just their bad takes. Fine. Let's rewind back to the borderline obnoxious characters, even.
I would say Tanjiro is kind of obnoxious. I like him, but it took a while for me to get.
He's a good boy. He's so pure.
Is it Tanjiro?
You mean the guy with the blonde hair?
Yeah, him. What's his name?
Yes.
Fuck.
Sugar.
I forget his name. No.
Hold on. This is why we have the interwebs.
Zenitsu.
Zenitsu, thank you.
It's yeah, he's obnoxious.
He
I
is
mean, he
obnoxious.
grew on me after like a few episodes, but he
Yes.
was obnoxious at first.
Yes. If you want to say, but they said it plural. So the only other character I can think is equally obnoxious is maybe the boar dude.
Yeah, Inosuke is obnoxious. I actually never grew to like him. I don't know why people like him so much. That I will say. I still don't know why he's some people's favorite character. I found him very stupid and boring.
If you don't like him, then you must literally hate every side character and every shonen who has the exact same character. You have to hate them all. You have to hate them all.
I most likely do.
Oh, that's fine. If you do, that's fine. But I feel like that's like like do you know like
but like his like Inosuke's character is nothing more than just like fight. We're fighting. I want to fight and beat people.
That's just every single of those anime, and if you hate them all, that's fair. I can respect that if that's not your cup of tea. But it's like, oh, there's something about him that I super don't like, even though I'm just like, so you don't like. Let's see, think obnoxious people who are always combative. You don't like Kuwabara from Yu Hakusho. You don't like Vegeta.
Okay, but Vegeta and Kuwabara actually do things besides just fight people. Like Inosuke is just fighting. Like he has no other thoughts or interests or lines. He just like wants to beat the shit out of everybody. Like I can't even think of someone who's as one-dimensional as Inosuke.
I think that's a very simplification of his character. It's not super wrong, but it's definitely like that's super like that's like describe him in like 5 words. Then yes, I would agree. I think there's not a lot of depth to him, but I don't think all characters need a lot of depth.
I don't think they do either. If we're talking about obnoxious characters,
like okay, yeah, is he obnoxious? Sure, but I don't think that makes him bad. I think they made him that way on purpose. I think the other one at first, in my opinion, is just saying. Mm-hmm. I think Zenitsu. I think at the beginning he bordered on just being bad, like just being bad and obnoxious. Because it's like I don't want to hear. Like at least the other dude was being obnoxious, but it was like fun. Like it was funny, stupid. Like he's just being stupid. Like that's fine. This other dude was being like screaming at the top of his lungs, like, but in a pitch that was super annoying. Like it was like that for 4 episodes. I'm just like, oh my god, shut up. I will take fighting dude over that because at least fighting dudes is like, I want to fight, whatever. Like. It's predictable, but it's not like
yeah. But Zenitsu's funny. Like he was over the top, it was annoying, but it transitioned into actually being funny. So,
it got better. Like it got better, but you got to like swim through pain. Like you have to suffer first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I suffered through it at first, and then he became good. But yeah. I don't know. For this dude to drop it by episode 3, I'm just like, I didn't get that. So that was weird. Second quick thing, just a random question to you, but do you because I'm basing this question off of watching ironically, this is gonna be really random, but based off of watching Uzaki-chan wa Asobitai and Black is King, the Beyonce movie.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. This just I promise I'm getting somewhere with this. As you were talking about Uzaki-chan, I maybe reflect a lot on like those kind of relationships, like the fact that they're clear into each other, but they're like being friends first, and then because I saw Black is King earlier, it made me think about Beyonce and Jay-Z because I'm not sure if you know they were friends for a while before they ended up like dating and getting married and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me wonder. I'm like, do you think that relationship is likely to work out if they're friends first
I always
and
think
then
that. I think the best relationships are built on friendships. I know that's like a controversial opinion or whatever, but I don't know. I just feel like if you know someone, it works out better if you know them as a friend first and then transition to something more serious rather than try to be serious right off the bat, you know? I guess it depends on who you are, but for me, that's always been like the most common sense way to do it.
Okay. I don't know. I personally, it's like I'm conflicted about that. Only because I feel like there's like a danger of falling into like complacency
Mm-hmm.
to a point where like you guys don't see each other as like, or one person doesn't see the other as a sexual object anymore because it's like, okay, now we're friends because we're just used to being in that space. I'm not saying it's impossible to like for feelings to grow and mature into something else.
Mm.
I think that's one of like I feel like one of the pitfalls, i.e., what people used to call the friend zone. Even though I feel like they super simplified and bastardified that or bastardized. Thank you. That's what
Bastified.
Bastardized. No, it's bastardized.
Yeah.
That whole process and just made it into a meme like, oh, friend zone, which is why I always hated it because I was like, even at 18, I knew it was a little more nuanced than that. It wasn't just like it was just.
I mean, for me, like the person I'm in a relationship with, seriously, I would want to be friends with. So I don't like. I'm not gonna draw a distinction. Like, no, this is a friend and this is a romantic person. There cannot be any overlap between the like. There's plenty of overlap. If you're like in a good relationship, ideally the person should be a friend. Like they should also be your best friend. You know, your partner should also be your best friend.
And that's why for me, when it comes to dating, which I ignored, and now I'm not going to ignore. I'm going to do it properly next time. I am going to get, like I am going to date this person, but like I am going to give it that 3-month period. I didn't do that with my last relationship, and I paid dearly for it when I knew I should have. But I was just like, oh my god, I'm like in my field, and this guy is super cute, and he literally did all the things that Uzaki did. Don't. Okay, I'll tell you this much: don't get blinded by that. Do not use that.
All right, so this is just jaded Drew coming out.
No.
Don't let them trick you.
No, I'm saying take your time getting to know. Do not let someone do that to you, and then just be like, okay, now we're ready to date. Give it some time. Don't get caught up in the like in this case I would agree with Oni. Like take time to be friends. Do not just
don't just date someone because they play Minecraft with you.
And food. I know it sounds very tempting. Trust me, there are other things that are, more important than that. But I also been in a case where I was friends with someone and then we did end up dating and then it ended horribly. So I'm also
dating is tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah, it's
there is
not
no cure all.
Yeah, exactly. But when we started talking about Uzaki-chan, that it made me think of that, and I was like, I'll just add that on to like the end of the episode and ask Oni about it.
Yeah, so there we go. 2 mini filler arcs. Ooh, aren't we fancy?
Aren't we indeed?
And if you guys think we're fancy and you enjoyed our fancy little show, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you can catch us as we go up every single week. Also, if you haven't already, do follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party over on our Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you'd like, you can even become a patron like all these lovely people on screen right now. You get some awesome perks like access to our members-only Discord channel, the Midnight Channel, and you get to watch some anime with us. We do live watches. This season we're watching ReZero with our patrons. So if that sounds interesting to you, please do consider becoming a patron. Drew, you have anything you'd like to add?
Guys, just take a couple of minutes out of your day, especially if you're feeling like stressed or work. Just take a minute, inhale, exhale. You're doing just fine. You got this. I believe in you.
Yeah, or take a shot. Until next time, this has been Soroni, and
We do.
I'll catch you guys later. Later!
Hey.